Hi. I know it's been a very long time since I've posted. I apologize for my absence, but um, other things unfortunately have to come first, activities of daily living. Um, so, for those of you who have seen videos in the past, you understand probably a little bit of where I'm coming from. But if you haven't seen posts in the past, last summer I was very active. I wasn't very active, but I was much more active. I was doing much better. I really felt like I might be able to go back to work part time, at least. And I had an appointment with my doctor coming up to do so. And the insurance company that I have to use because I'm disabled and I can't afford private health insurance, so I'm on Medicaid, um, forced a med change. One med. One med. It was a med for my asthma, and they forced a med change. And I'm not going to use the insurance company's name that I have to use to Medicaid. It's not any doctor's fault. The insurance company forced the med change. And within about a month, it doesn't happen right away. Things like this doesn't happen right away when they do stuff like this to people. Within a month, though, the chronic fatigue set in. Barely being able to get out of bed and take care of myself and my child set in. The and some days not being able to take care of myself because I'm taking care of a child and trying to keep up with things. And it took 6 months to get in with 5 months, I think, to get in with the doctor and to sit down with her. And the day I was leaving to go to the appointment, I fell on the ice twice on my way to my car. In my yard. It's not like it was anybody's fault. It just happened. And I broke my pelvis. I still drove to the appointment 45 minutes away, went to the appointment, explained to the doctor what had happened once they changed that med. I had been working for a year and a half really hard on making my health the absolute best it could be, regardless of diagnosis, because I didn't have a diagnosis until June of last year. We didn't know why this stuff was going on. We didn't know I had Ehlers. We didn't know, we had suspicion, but it wasn't going to change anything. I just started listening to my body. I started eating super healthy. I started working out as I could. It didn't happen all the time, but as I could. I listened to my body and I did what I could to be truly as healthy as I could possibly be. And I know those of you who have been following know that. And I look like crap because I'm exhausted and I haven't been able to take care of myself like that. In those 5 months, I had lost 65 pounds prior to July. I gained back 50 of it. I can't, even to take a shower, I'm out of breath. To do simple stuff, I'm out of breath. I'm back on the med and I'm much better, but I'm nowhere near where I was again. All because the insurance company decided to change one med. And the med they put me on was one that I had aged out of for my asthma 15 years ago. So they didn't talk to me. They didn't talk to my doctor. They just did it. The reason I'm making this video today, though, and I want to, keep it not 20 minutes, hopefully, because I know I ramble, is I saw the article this morning about a bill being presented to be able to use social media to possibly deny or affect disability claims. I am still, 3.5 years later, still in process of trying to get my Social Security approved. It's 3.5 years since I've become disabled. It's been 2.5 since I had to apply for disability. I waited a full year. It wasn't like I, tried to get on it right away. I didn't want to do this. In fact, it was required for me to do it in order to apply for Medicaid because I could no longer afford private insurance. I have another appeal coming up again in May. Now, if you look at my profile stuff, if you looked at my social media profile, in February, I was sitting at a Kane Brown concert with a smile on my face. I had broken my pelvis and didn't know it a week before that. I was sitting there with a broken pelvis. I was shoveling snow with a broken pelvis. That's how used to pain I am. I was in pain, yes, and I was utilizing Tylenol and ibuprofen because I won't take. I'm a pain in the butt. I know I won't take pain meds if I really don't have. If I have to, I will. But I really try to, not take them. And I was utilizing those things, and I was still in a ton of pain. But being healthy is a multifaceted thing. And when you're disabled, you are so socially isolated. It is unbelievable. The amount of people that don't stick around who say that they will is unbelievable. And the people you really think will, don't. Some of them did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have multiple very good friends that are amazing to me that have stuck around, who, understand if I can't show up, who are always, there for me, who have always, reached out and made sure I'm doing all right, have always offered help. But there are people in my life that I thought would still be here that aren't, too. Point being, I can have a good day and want to do something social or want to do something for my health, like go for a walk or go to the gym. Because that is the healthy thing to do. That is a healthy mindset. You are not disabled every single day. You are disabled every single day. But there are days where even disabled people have good days. There are days where, okay, I take a picture of myself at the gym, but I was at the gym 20 minutes. I wasn't able to lift anything. I was only able to walk very slowly and half a mile on the treadmill. And this bill could make it so that a disability judge or a disability panel could look at my social media and see me at the gym or see me at a concert with friends trying to be social, because that's about the only way you can be social, is to go out and be social with people, right? But if we do that, we're not disabled. So we're supposed to sit at home by ourselves, not partake in healthy behaviors, whether they be social, emotional, physical, because then we're not disabled. And we could lose what little payment we do get and any benefits we might. The only benefit I get is Medicaid. I don't get any other benefits. I have a private long-term disability insurance. My income will not, and that has been approved through 2045. So clearly I'm not faking it. Nothing will change when Social Security picks up. But you're trying to tell me that for these people out there who aren't as lucky as I am to have that, they could become homeless. They could lose their income. They could lose their health care. Now, how do they get better? You're going to force people who are sick to be sicker. You're going to force people who are sick and hurting and in pain to be homeless. You're going to force people to utilize the system more because, God forbid, they be healthy one day. I spend days preparing for social events, even if it's just to go hang out with somebody at their house for a couple of hours. I can't even do that sometimes after I've rested for days getting ready and saving up my energy so that I can go spend a few hours with friends once every couple of months. And now I have to be concerned that my friends might post a picture of me enjoying myself once every couple of months because I could lose my insurance then, and then I can't take care of my health at all. That's fair. It's like taking one sentence and reading one sentence out of a novel and saying you've read the book. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's unfair, and it is going to force people to be unhealthy. It is hard enough being disabled. It is hard enough to have to try to explain to our friends or family why we can't be at their weddings, or why we can't, show up for a holiday, or why we can't be there for sporting events, or, I have to break promises to my kids when I told them I'd do something because I can't do it. It's hard enough. We don't need it to be any harder. It's not easy getting on disability. It's not. But it was going to become very easy to get kicked off for nothing. And that's not fair. Believe me, if you gave me the choice right now of $10 million, $10 billion, if you told me I could be set for the rest of my life, I could have maids, I could have cooks, I could have anything I wanted the rest of my life, or I could go back to work tomorrow and be healthy, I would be back to work today. I loved my job. I didn't want to stop working. I was trying to get better, to try to do any kind of work I could. And I know I'm not the only one like this. I'm on several support groups on Facebook for what I have alone. And I can't tell you how many posts there are every single day about people just wishing that they could be normal and work, or be normal and be able to shower without fear of hurting themselves, or fear of passing out, or fear of really scary things happening. You have no idea what it's like to live like this. And to have someone act like your one day of happiness is not okay, is not okay. And this isn't a political statement. It's not about who's president, because I don't get into that bullshit. I won't argue over politics. I won't. But this is a global problem. This proves how uneducated people are about what it's like to truly be disabled. It proves how uneducated and how unwilling people are to truly understand it. It needs to change. It needs to change. On that note, the good news is I did go to the doctor's office that day. Or on another note, I guess. I did go to the doctor's office that day. I did get my old med back. The doctor was livid they had taken me off and said she was going to write a very strongly worded letter to the insurance company, and I had the med ready at the pharmacy the next day. So I'm back on my med. My breathing is better. I am starting to get more energy back. It took a while. And on top of it, I had broken things. So it took a while. But I am getting to the point where I can hopefully really start to take those healthy steps that I was before again. And maybe, I don't know this, but maybe be able to go back to work at some point. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. Even if it's from home, even if it's part-time, which is likely what I'll have to end up doing. But my first goal is going to be to listen to my body and make my body as healthy as it can possibly be again. So that I can be there for my family, and so that I can be there for, my home. And myself again, because I haven't even been able to be there for myself these last few months. And I have humans that depend on me being able to be myself and be there for myself and for them. So I'm sorry I look like crap. I'm sorry it's been so long. I'm sorry I got a little passionate, so I like to call it. and rambly, because again, this is why I don't work. I go all over the place. I'm exhausted. I get brain fog. It's painful, and this is why I haven't recorded anything in months. I literally didn't even have the energy, but this has made me so upset today. I felt like I had to say something. I had to. People need to understand it. People need to know. Anyway, light and love. I hope you guys are all well. I hope your journeys have been better than mine these last few months, and I do hope to be getting back to this very shortly. I just need to get me right first. So light and love. Best on your journeys. I hope to be talking to you guys all again soon. Bye.